This week on Archer's Choice.
100%! Thank you, Mr. Jeff. That is awesome.
Oh yeah, nice deer. We are in Montana, deep in the bush adventures with Jeff Jerome, hunting whitetail.
My jinx is finally broken. Welcome to this week's Archer's Choice. This week we're going to head up to Montana, deep in the bush adventures.
With Jeff Jerome.
With Jeff Jerome. That's right. We're going to head up there. We're going to go do some whitetail hunting. And I mean, we've hunted whitetails up there before. And and we know he has them up there. And we know that, I mean, you're talking river bottoms and fields.
I mean, the reality of it is, just like anywhere you're hunting, is you've got your food source, you've got your bedding, and you intercept them in between. And if you can do that on a regular basis, you're going to have game in front of you almost all the time.
And I mean, we've been back there a few years in a row now.
Yes.
You shot that big guy a couple years ago. And I mean, we've had and you shot your first whitetail buck up there with your bow.
Yeah, you got your first bow with your Hoyt.
So
that was awesome.
We've got plenty of footage to share with you this week, so let's just get going, shall we?
That's it.
Let's go.
We are heading up to Montana to Jeff Jerome's, deep in the bush. And we have, I think it's about a 10-hour ride, something like that. But supposedly it's an absolutely gorgeous ride. I don't think I've ever been on this specific path there before, but I know the place and it's incredible. So now it's just a matter of, driving. No hands. You know, coming from another hunt to come to Montana, every time we go somewhere, it's a completely different, experience on the travel alone. Just the different roads and the different mountains and valleys and everything else that you see, it's incredible. It's jaw-dropping, the different landscapes that you see coming across country, coming down the country. It's beautiful, it is, it really is. Well, right now we are driving through some incredible canyons. It's incredible because you can see all the rocks that have fallen down from the cliffs, from the walls, from everything, and it's a beautiful sight to see.
Now that is what I call a large rock.
After a long drive, they made it deep into the bush. Jeff Jerome greeted them, showed them some game trails, and set them up in prime locations.
There's so many, you may get winded by some, but there's just nothing we can do about it. But we did see several shooters come out. That pole was actually run right there. All right, set up your extra cameras again.
All right, thank you.
All right, boys. All right, well, this is our first afternoon. We got in earlier this morning. We're here deep in the bush with Mr. Jeff Jerome. I mean, this is our first afternoon. We got in, we got all unpacked, we got ready to go. We drove over here, got in the stand. I think my mom and dad are only a couple hundred yards down.
Well, we are in Montana, deep in the bush adventures with Jeff Jerome, hunting whitetails. Ralph's the camera guy this trip, well, at least until I tag out. I need these right here. Wow, I look very, studious. I was gonna say distinguished. You look very distinguished. You're probably gonna need to cover that head of yours. Do you have a hat? Anyways, it's our first night here in Montana, and RJ and Eddie are down the same hedgerow as us right now.
They're saying that the deer's gonna barrel out of these woods. So, hopefully we can keep a roll going. First day, first kill, you never know. But, he was saying a majority of them would come up past this post right here in front of us where the fence line stops. probably see a bunch of turkeys, but he said there were a bunch of good buck shooters that were coming through here. So now it's just sit down and arrange everything and then get on.
There are so many trails coming out of the river bottom behind us, coming out to this cut cornfield and the green fields in front of us. It's nice and calm today. We're out here early. Jeff is feeling pretty good about this spot tonight. He swears that either I, sitting here, or RJ, sitting down this tiny fence line. He's sitting up in a tree, though. One of us should be tagged out tonight. It's a beautiful afternoon. I know that last year I was here filming Ralph because I didn't have a deer tag, so that tonight Ralph was my camera guy. It's a payback situation, but you know what? This is how we started, and it's awesome that he and we've been doing more and more of this. Oh, there's his hand, in case you couldn't tell. It's awesome. Puts us right back where we belong. So we'll sit tight and see what happens.
As the sun goes down on the first evening of hunting, the action is about ready to heat up.
It's our first night here at Deep in the Bush Adventures in Montana. It was a little slow at the beginning, but we got out early. We've seen lots of deer. We've seen, I don't know, 5 or 6 bucks. I would say 3 of them. I would definitely, if they came into range, I'd take them. Oh yeah, nice deer. There's a pile of big turkeys out in the field. We just saw a bunch of deer down this hedge road towards RJ, but I think they may have come out to his right, so I don't know if he even saw them until they were too far out.
I'm excited to get back into the tree. This is the first sit. We're getting up. We're kind of on the edge of a field, and I mean, I don't know what to expect. The last time I hunted here, I wasn't quite in this area, so it's a new adventure for me out here. We get up in the tree, and as the night kind of goes on, we have some deer going under us. We have some deer out in the field, and I mean, the amount of deer is just, it's crazy. So the night keeps going on. We see a ton of deer. We see turkeys. We see a little bit of everything. And all of a sudden, we got some bucks starting to make their way over towards us.
Over there. The last day bear.
I ranged early in the night, and we have a post out ahead of us. We have some different grass spots, I guess you can call them. And I ranged them, figure out where everything's gonna kind of be.
Do you see him? Yes. On him. Ready? Wait, I had him to step. Ready? I know. That was way over him.
I might have misjudged the difference in yardage where he was. Whoopsies.
He's a 7-point total.
My heart was still racing. I was kind of upset with myself because, I mean, it happens. But you beat yourself up a little bit. They ran off. The sun starts going down. It's getting pretty dark out. We have some more deer come through. I wasn't too sure if I was going to take a shot or not, so I just let them walk. And that was the night.
Yep, clean miss. Just a whole bunch of dirt. Well, it was still an awesome day.
You know, I got to tell you, hunting Montana and the river bottoms, being out west where you have these, areas that are very concentrated with game.
Right.
And as long as you don't bump them out, you are in the thick of it almost every sit. And that's what we love about hunting out west.
Last night we saw all kinds of deer and some good bucks coming crossing right here by that hay bale blind, that hay bale right there. What we did is we moved 2 more over here, set up the blind, and we're hoping that even though we just set it up so it's gonna be new, but the hay bales, hopefully they just look at them like they're hay bales, don't think anything of it. RJ and Eddie are straight across the field from us right now, sitting in the tree stand where he sat the first night and missed. Maybe he'll get a second opportunity tonight, and we're just gonna sit tight and see what happens.
All right, well, we just got in the stand again that we sat the first time we got here, our first sit. And the wind's kind of on and off right now. It's working with us so far. Hope it stays that way. But I got a good feeling about tonight. Last time we sat here, I actually got a shot. I missed, but hopefully we're here again so I can redeem myself. Last time we were here, we had bucks kind of come out from all over the place. We can actually almost see my mom and dad's ground blind that they're sitting in across the field. So hopefully we can get a 2 for tonight. It's pretty early right now, so probably just sit down, chillax for a little bit, wait for things to start picking up, and then get ready for prime time.
So we get back up in the same stand that we actually sat our first hunt, and we had an incredible time the first time we sat there. So I had really high hopes. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. We're sitting there for a little while, and all of a sudden we start seeing deer kind of come up from behind us, come under us, out in the field. They're kind of making their way, mostly does and young little fawns. We're getting our hopes up because we're starting to see a few bucks here and there, and as the sun starts kind of going down a little bit, all of a sudden we hear some more noises behind us, and sure enough we end up seeing some turkeys. They kind of move their way down behind us. A little bit later we hear another noise behind us, and there's the buck.
Just a light.
And he has a friend. As these deer are walking under us, I'm freaking out because my heart's racing. I don't want to make a noise. I'm getting my bow ready. This is the one. I'm not gonna miss this time, don't worry. So I'm drawn back at this point, and I'm aiming pretty far under us, and I knew that this was my chance.
You ready? Come on. Come on. Come on, okay.
Whoosh. Yes. Yes.
Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. 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 Yes.
And my heart like just dropped because I was so happy.
All right, buddy. We're 100%. What's your record, Ralph?
Congratulations,
Thank you, Mama.
bud.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Let's keep it going. Got him. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jeff. That is awesome.
Little kicker on there. I'm counting that.
You can fit a ring on there, right? Yeah,
And
that's
it's
close enough.
non-typical.
Yes.
It was perfect. So thank you, Mr. Jeff and Deep in the Bush, for letting all this happen, and my mom, my dad, Jeff, everyone that made this happen. And thank you guys for helping me get the deer back to the truck and everything else. It was an amazing hunt, and I can't thank you guys enough.
You know, everyone thinks this is all real scientific, and it really isn't. Food, cover, water, figure out what they're doing at each given time, and intercept them with the wind in your favor in those periods. Done. You truly will be more successful. Stop thinking it's a bunch of gimmicks, that all these things are going to help you. Food, cover, and water.
Now remember the one morning we had a bunch of deer come in and mill around, and seriously, they were like right
there
below me in this little opening.
You're looking through your muddies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like looking at them down below, and it didn't bother them whatsoever that we're sitting in this tree, and they don't care. They don't even look up at us. And then this really cool buck comes out, but he's like 40 yards in the thicket, and he comes out and he rakes a tree. The crazy thing is all these other deer are underneath me, and they all go.
Just
and they're
meander.
like not 12 yards, 10 yards from me. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna come this way and do the same thing.
He didn't.
No. He decided that he wanted to go back into that thicket and not see what all those does and the little bucks were doing.
Nope. Too early in the year.
I wanted to cry. I truly wanted to cry.
I just wanted to film him.
And then a couple days, like the next day or 2 days later,
Saw him again.
the same buck,
Yep.
same area, but this time he didn't come to this opening. He stayed over to our right. I got to see him again, but man, he liked to play hide and seek with me.
You know, but the thing is, you've got to remember, we're seeing these mature deer.
Yep.
We're seeing them. So that means on a regular basis. So
Right.
we're not doing anything wrong. We're not over infringing on the area. We're not contaminating anything.
Right.
We're hunting it correctly. It's just that we need to keep closing that distance.
So in the afternoons, we're back out in the tree stands
Yep.
along the edge, and we've got all kinds of deer meandering around. We've got does, we've got everything else, and then all of a sudden that buck shows up, and he's 50 yards from me inside of the timber before he jumps the cattle fence
Right.
into the
To
field.
get into the ag.
And I'm watching him. He jumps. He's going along the fence, and I know when he gets in front of me, I know my yardage. I'm good for it. However, he didn't go straight in front of me. He went at
Sorta
an
angled.
and I definitely didn't know the yardage. I missed.
Strike one.
Why can't they just walk right here where the other ones did? Can you tell me that?
Last day of the hunt, Ralph and I are in the same set,
Yep.
hoping that maybe this time he's gonna come a little closer. We're sitting there, sun's going down, we
Getting
never see him.
darker.
All
and
of a sudden,
darker.
a couple nice bucks come below our stand to our right, and Ralph's like, Vic, there's bucks right next to us. And I'm like,
They were coming from the backside. You
From the
couldn't
backside.
see.
I couldn't
I
see
could
him.
see him from that over my
Right.
shoulder, but you weren't able to see him.
no. So I just grabbed my bow and listened to my husband. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, I might hit my hair low. Those bugs just showed up out of nowhere. It's been kind of a crazy night.
You know, so Jeff was with a few other hunters, and you texted him and said, hey, we got a buck down. He said, listen, I'll be there, and it's going to take a while. So we just figured, we'll wait, hold up. Jeff came in with one of his other guides, and
Yep.
we went and got the recovery. It was awesome. It was great. It's typical Montana river bottoms.
Well, we are here at Deep in the Bush Adventures, and I got rid of my jinx, you know. Jeff, he's like, Vic, we gotta get you a whitetail. I did it the last night at 6 o'clock. This beautiful buck came in, and I took a shot at him. We knew that my shot was just a hair back, so we gave it time. I mean, we came back out here at midnight. We gave him 6 hours. We're gonna take care of him, get him out of here, and again, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Nathan. Deep in the Bush Adventures in Montana. My jinx is finally broken.
Congratulations.
Thank
again.
Yeah, buddy, you
Thank
did it
you.
again.
To
So
you
did
too,
you.
Mom.
Thank
Congratulations.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I
and you
mean-
waited till the last day.
Well,
I mean,
I was chasing that one guy,
Yep.
and we were running out of time, and it's one of those things where it was like, okay, I got an opportunity nice and close.
Seize it.
Seize it. Seize the
Bottom
moment.
line, seize the moment.
Absolutely, and that's what we did. And you did the same thing. And you made an amazing shot and took it right down right there.
Thank you.
We got to all share that. I mean, that was so awesome. It really was.
And that's what Jeff too, with his family, his boys, and everything. That's what it's all about. And I know we say this almost every week.
It does seem like it.
But the reality of it is, it's what we live. We all live it 24/7.
Yep, and it's about
we
family
want to
and
share
friends.
it. That's
Absolutely.
right.
We want to thank you guys for watching this week's Archer's Choice. We'll see you next week, same time,
Same channel.
right here
On the Archer's Choice.
Look at that. It's
Look
like
at that.
harmony.